Other lecturers should also use the forum because it stimulates collaborative learning. People will try to find the answer to the question themselves instead of spamming the entire mailbox of the lecturer. And also other students can learn from other students' questions, which will create more knowledge for the entire class.
So my courses were involving a lot of interaction with students, as I said, and the courses are quite big, around 100 students. I was receiving a lot of emails, and those emails were, it's good to answer them, but most of the times they were repeating the same questions. So multiple students were asking the same questions, and I had to give almost the same answers to most of the questions. And the problem was that many students didn't know that the questions were already asked and there was a response to them. And I think it was not that efficient, neither for me nor for the students. Does our Blackboard system, Nestor, has this feature or not, where the users are asking their questions and there are other users who answer those questions. I discovered it there and thought, oh, okay, so why not to use this also in my course? After some experiments, I realized that this is exactly the solution to what we need. The discussion board where the students answer their own questions, and I can moderate that and see whether their questions are related, the answers are correct or not.
And the forum is a very beneficial method of communication because it enables you to ask your question to your peers. So when you have a question, your other peers can see the question themselves and also critically think about the answer. And therefore you might also see other questions which you haven't thought of yourself, and that will stimulate you to do the assignments even better. For students who don't like to ask questions in front of a lecture, the forum helps because you are less in the spotlight. So you can just ask it on the forum and maybe feel more free to ask your questions which are still relevant for the entire audience.
So, for example, we see here a question that is asked by one of the students, and another student is also responding to that question, and the question is rated well, so it means that there are at least a couple of people who are also interested in answering this or knowing the answer of this question. And we see here a quiet chat of two of the students who are trying to answer their own questions, and this looks like it's going well, and I also moderated that. Sometimes it might be the case that the students are not able to answer their own questions, and this is the time where I jump in.
So besides using it to answer maybe the obvious or less obvious questions, I know also that some lecturers use it to post some extra material for the course and to raise some discussion, to maybe post some statements and to see how people react. And this is also a really cool way to make students more aware of, say, the other parts of the course besides the text we use and the books we use, and how this happens in real life and what are possible questions to think about. And they can also interact with each other in a very efficient way, and you as a lecturer can also follow what is going on and maybe also use this as input for your next lecture.
So I thought I should incentivize them or motivate them to use the forum more active. So on the top of having bonus points, I also gave them a chocolate bar to the most active students.
The course motivated me to keep track as you get questions throughout the entire course. So every lecture and every assignment we made, there were new questions, and it motivated me to find the answers to those questions for my peer students, which makes sure that you don't only study right before the exam, but throughout the entire course.